process.
Well, for more on this story, joining me now via Skype is Middle East journalist Saka Al-Makhadhi. Morning to you, Saka. So what do you think will be the effect in the Arab world of these leaked documents?
Well, I think in the short term, it's not going to change anything. We're going to see more protests on the streets, more anger. But is it going to change anything within the Palestinian leadership? I don't think that is going to have any effect at all. I mean, we've seen pressure mounting on the regime of Mahmoud Abbas in Ramallah for the last 10 years. We've got the most right-wing government in Israeli history, and the Palestinian people have effectively been telling their leadership, stop negotiating, let's call a halt to this. And the Palestinians have been saying, no, we promise you we're going to keep going, we're going to get the results, just trust us. And it seems that actually the Palestinians have now been let down because that trust that they gave the leadership has been found to be, the Palestinian leadership have been lying behind their backs.
Well, you talk about protests. We've already seen large unrest throughout the Arab world after the ousting of the Tunisian president. How widespread do you think this discontent with traditional governments is? We've seen protests already in Yemen, Algeria and Tunisia.
Well, the important thing is that the Tunisia uprising, the overthrow of the president, it broke through the fear boundary that Arabs across the region have been having for their regimes, their military dictators and their kings for, since post-colonial era, the last 50 years. They've had this fear that's prevented them from demonstrating, certainly prevented them from calling for the overthrow of their government. So the Tunisians achieved that for the Arabs. Is it going to change anything in the region as a whole? Well, I think, we'll see more demonstrations. We're already seeing that in almost every Arab country, every Arab dictatorship. But if it doesn't start to have that domino effect, if other regimes don't start to fall in the near future, I think we'll see those protests start to tail off, and we'll start to see the rolling back of this discontent. The regimes themselves are already learning a lot. The Gulf dictatorships have created a $2 billion fund to calm social unrest and to get rid of the sources of this discontent. On the people's side, if they don't keep up this pressure, then nothing's going to change. And unfortunately, I don't think we are going to see this effect continuing to the long term.
OK, Saka Al-Makhadhi, thanks very much for your time this morning. Now, an Australian SAS soldier has been awarded the Victoria Cross